Okay, so I think you're at a good point. You can see where I've brought in the white to sort of brighten up the drawing in general. What I'm going to do now is try to do a little bit more detail along the front. So a lot of you are also going to run into something like grass. Now, of course, I've left grass until the very end, so that's something that I can kind of add in. And what grass will do is it'll really just be a little bit of texture or a plain value. I usually don't fill an entire area with grass. Again, I think that starts to get a little bit distracting from the overall picture or the overall value statement that we're trying to make. So sometimes what I'll do with grass is just bring in, so some of these areas you can see there's sunlight, and then some of these areas we have these little shadows from the trees. So a fun trick is to keep in lighter pencil or your white charcoal some areas of grass, or maybe even just some tufts of grass that come from sort of the sunny areas, and that'll kind of sort of start to set those apart. Now, I don't have to color in everything because the paper acts as a value too. It kind of works for me, right? There's a lot of medium tones in here that I don't necessarily have to fill in because the paper sort of serves that purpose. I'm looking for anything below a medium value in the shadow side that I want to start to push darker, and anything above a medium value that I want to start to push lighter. So just like using different pressures, are going to give you different brightnesses with the white, and same with the dark. So it's all about sort of adding in all those different scales. So I'll usually just do little tufts of grass that sort of layer. You can also do some tufts of grass in the darker charcoal if that kind of helps set those areas off, right? Because they're maybe a little more shadowed. Maybe we have some shadows being cast by those shadow areas on some grass also. So I've just been using the bigger charcoal sticks for this whole drawing, other than when I laid out the idea of it, mostly because I could do it quickly and a little more easily show you guys an example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a lot more examples of these so you can see sort of some different styles. Again, mine is a certain type of drawing because it's very full of trees. That presents its own challenges, but you guys may be looking at references that are completely different. Some references that work really well if you're looking just for pictures online. So something that gives you a really wide view. So looking over mountains, things like that, where you can really work on gradually lightening things. It just sort of depends on what you find that it, inspires you, or what sort of draws your eye a little bit. So I will post a closer finished picture so you guys can see this, and I'll also sort of post some additional resources. That way you have hopefully everything you need to gear up. Like I said, if you run into trouble, whatever you need to, we have a general venting thread, or if you just have questions or you want feedback from everybody, not just me, what we'll do is I'm going to have you turn in your reference. In the landscape discussion post, I'll have you turn in your drawing at the halfway point, and then I'll have you turn in your drawing, your final drawing, of course, when you think it's ready to grade. So anytime you want to get my eyes on it, feel free to post in any of those discussions or email me. I'm going to try to keep a really close eye on all of that, and we'll get rolling with this. Thanks.